So, the title of this video might be a little bit confusing. Why is this guy talking about meditation? This is the guy who does push ups all the time. A lot of people tend to view meditation as something that's like, only spiritual and only the monks do it and only spiritual people do it. But even if you're not doing it for spiritual reasons, it's very effective for your mind, for strengthening your mind. And strengthening your mind is very effective for strengthening your body, for helping you with your fitness, especially with your diet as well, which takes a lot of self control, especially for some people like me with very large appetites relative to their body size. So, in this video, I'm just going to go over why I started meditating and why I think everyone else should, especially if you're pursuing fitness, because it's just another advantage. It's something you can do outside of the gym to make your next workout better and to better prepare you for that cheat meal coming up where you have to control all the calories you're going to eat because there's going to be junk food at the function and you don't want to have it, right? You want to be able to say no without feeling like, you're missing out on something big. Because you're really not. So, basically, what meditation does, the way it works is you sit or you lay down. I prefer to lay down, it's more comfortable. I can breathe more fully. But you find what's most comfortable for you, right? And you focus on your breathing. That's how I personally do mindfulness meditation, and this is the most popular method. But essentially, you find an anchor point. You find something to focus on. And then what you do is you continue to track your breathing. What I do is I count in, hold, exhale, and then hold, right? I count that. I do 4 inhales, a 4 count for the hold, an 8 count for the exhale, and then a 4 count for the hold, right? So it's about 20 seconds every cycle. And then I count those cycles. So one cycle is one of those. Then I do another and another. And you do that for as long as you can until you realize your brain is no longer focused on it. Your mind has wandered away. Now, a lot of people will get frustrated at this point and they'll be like, oh, well, I can't meditate because my brain wanders. That doesn't make any sense. The whole point of meditation is to practice keeping your mind focused. So what you do at that point, and this is where the gains come in, when you notice your mind has wandered, you simply bring it back to the breath. You tell yourself, I am not my thoughts. I'm just observing them. Refocus, right? One thing that helps me to refocus is I kind of identify what I'm thinking about. So say I'm thinking about some food I'm going to eat in 5 days or some event that's coming up. Oh, okay, I'm thinking about the future. And then you refocus on the breath. It's that simple, but it takes practice, right? It's simple in concept, but easier said than done. It's that sort of thing. I myself have been meditating for 5 years at this point, pretty inconsistently between the ages of 14 and 16, and then from 17 onwards, I've done it every single day without fail. I'm almost 20 now. So I've meditated for almost 6 years. Because I started, I think maybe I was halfway to 15, I don't know. But it's about as long as I've been working out, I've been meditating. And that wasn't intentional, because again, those first few years were inconsistent. But once I started doing it consistently, I just continued to see it progress, especially every time I increased my meditation time. And some of the non-gym benefits right here are honestly just mental clarity, just happiness. There's a correlation. There's science behind this. If you want to read an article about it, just go look up benefits of meditation. There's a whole laundry list of things that it does for your brain to make you happier. And the whole concept of it is that it keeps you present. It keeps you in the present moment. So you're not worrying about that test you have next week that you don't want to get a bad grade on because your mom's going to yell at you. Or, that junk food you ate 4 days ago that put your calories 2,000 above where they're supposed to be, and now you have to do extra cardio to get rid of them, and you're unhappy with that, right? You're not thinking about that. You're thinking about the moment. Meditating is what's allowing me to make these videos in the way that I am, because I don't have to script them. I can sit here and just fire off what I know and teach what I know because I can focus. My attention span is increased. That's another thing meditation does, because think about it. It's the practice of focusing on one thing. In this day and age, our attention span is 7 seconds. That's 2 seconds less than that of a goldfish. The average person with access to the internet now literally has a shorter attention span than a goldfish, right? So I just want you to keep that in mind. But back onto positive thinking, meditation will quite literally increase your attention span, so you can reverse that damage. And what it will help you do is, again, like I said, help you control your diet. It'll help you, by feeling happier, you'll be able to work out more because when you're happier, you have more energy. There's a whole list of things that it does for you in the gym, right? But the biggest one for me has been diet, right? By being more present, I'm able to make more conscious decisions about my diet choices. You know how sometimes you're like, oh, let me just eat this thing, it's okay. And then 5 minutes after you ate it, you realize, oh no, I'm above my calories for the day, or oh, that doesn't fit my macros, or whatever diet you follow, right? Or oh no, that I'm not supposed to eat that for whatever reason. You kind of have that realization before you eat something because you're so present and you're so focused, right? Or you know how sometimes you're in the gym between sets and you start scrolling on your phone and then 10 minutes pass and you're like, oh, I was supposed to do my set. That doesn't happen to me anymore, right? Because I'm so present that I can catch myself when I'm in the middle of about to do a bad habit, right? And so that's another thing. Even just outside of the gym, even just for general health, right? Like I said, this is a big mental health thing. This has been huge for my mental health, right? I don't sit there and waste time on Instagram anymore. I use it very purposely. I don't scroll on TikTok. I don't scroll on YouTube Shorts. I don't even watch YouTube anymore, to be honest, right? I've eliminated all of my bad habits. Like I don't play video games. The only one I still have of bad habits is eating junk food. But that's gone so far down and I can control it most of the time, 99% of the time. I can control it like that, right? So a lot of these vices that plague our lives will be eliminated through meditation as well, just because the way it works is when you meditate, your baseline happiness starts to go up. You need a certain level of baseline happiness to say no to these other things, because then at a certain point, these things don't really boost your happiness. It feels more like an artificial boost at that point, and it doesn't feel as good. So once you can bring your baseline happiness above the level you'd feel doing those things, it's easy to quit them. And you feel great all the time. It's kind of insane. Like just how good you feel when you meditate. Like I did an hour session today for the first time in over a month. I had cut down to half an hour a day because I wanted to save some time, focus more on my work. But starting to just today, meditating for an hour again, I felt amazing. Like I opened my eyes and my mind just felt insanely clear. Now just to tie this all together, I know this video's been a little bit all over the place, and I apologize for that just because I have so many good things to say about meditation. But to sum it up for gym goers, for people who are just concerned with how it's going to benefit the gym and their diet, you'll feel happier, so you'll be more motivated and you won't miss workouts, you won't skip workouts. Your workouts will be better because the extra happiness will make you literally feel better and just give you more energy, right? Your diet will be cleaner because you'll be able to stay below your calories a lot more easily. You'll be okay with the feeling of being a little bit hungry when you're cutting or having to push through those extra calories when you're bulking. And the choices you make with food quality will go up because you'll understand, I know why I want to eat that because it feels good, but it's not the best thing for me. In the long term, it would be better if I ate that. So it's those things. And if you want a little bit of science, here you go. Meditating reduces your cortisol. When your cortisol's up, your hormones are out of whack. So if you're a man and your cortisol's up, your testosterone goes down. And as we all know, having more testosterone allows you to build more muscle and to keep fat off and to burn fat more easily. So if you're meditating, your cortisol goes down, that gives your testosterone a higher ceiling to get to. That meditating will literally increase your testosterone. Now, by how much it does this, I don't know because I'm not a scientist, don't quote me. But even if it didn't do that, which I know it does, I've read enough articles to know that that's true, that's consistently agreed upon. Even if it didn't do it, or it was such a minimal effect that it didn't matter, all the other things combined will just make you more progress anyways. Like, indirectly, it can boost your testosterone because you'll make a choice to eat more foods that will boost it for you, right? It's things like that. You'll make the choice to go to sleep earlier, so you'll have more time in bed and you'll get healthy sleep. It's stuff like that. It's just these little things that we don't think about. Meditation will fix all these little tiny problems. You procrastinate. You wasted 15 minutes extra getting ready for the gym this morning. Go meditate for a few months. That goes away. That's 15 extra minutes you save every day. You spent 10 minutes meditating. You just gained 5 minutes a day, right? It's all these little things. When you meditate, it seems like but it's an extra time commitment and it wastes time. It cuts the bullshit out of your life, right? Because you don't feel the need to do it anymore. People want to say, I don't have time to meditate. You have time to scroll for 2 hours on TikTok. If you meditate for 20 minutes, give it a few months. You'll eliminate that 2 hours of TikTok. Watch. Like, I guarantee it. Give it 3 to 6 months. And you'll at least reduce how much you do that. Unless you spend that time either not meditating or doing it and then making a conscious effort to disagree with me for some reason, which I don't know why you would want to do that. All that effort just to spite me doesn't make sense. I know you're not like that. I'm just kidding. But anyhow, those are the benefits for fitness. So increased energy in the gym, increased discipline to actually go to the gym, help with calorie reduction and more quality food choices, as well as better sleep. So those 5 will directly impact your fitness right there. That's 5 things it does for your fitness. But also just for your general mental health. It's been proven to reduce and even get rid of completely in a lot of cases anxiety and depression, right? Because it decreases cortisol, it decreases the stress hormone, right? When we're anxious, we feel stressed. Now, depression's a little different, but I'll tell you why it eliminates both of these for one reason: presence. When you meditate, you're more present. You're focusing on right now, right? Remember what I said about the attention span, the thing with the goldfish? How our attention spans are less than that of a goldfish? 7 seconds. If every 7 seconds we got a new thought about something different, that increases the chances that our thoughts are going to wander to something unpleasant. The more present we are, the less we're thinking about things in the future that worry us or things in the past that worry us. We can choose when we think about those things when we're present, and we can not worry about them, but think about them in a rational way with our emotions essentially put aside. So that's what meditation will do. It will make you more present, which allows you to think more rationally and less emotionally, which is better for making decisions and makes us happier. Because think about it, if you're not thinking about the future, you're not anxious because you're not worried about something coming up. If you're not thinking about the past, you're not thinking about things you regret, you're not depressed, right? And now I'm speaking generally. Of course, if something terrible just happened in your life, it's okay to be sad. I understand that, right? You're going to be sad if something terrible just happened to you. But I'm speaking for the general person who really doesn't have as much to be sad about as they think, right? And I get it. I'm not saying that feeling depressed, you just snap out of it. Obviously not. It took me a long time to get through that. But meditation was the main tool I used to actually keep my mental health at such a high baseline. I really can't feel depressed anymore. Even if something bad happens to me, I'll feel sad, but it won't debilitate me the way it used to, or I won't be able to get out of bed and I'll be eating like horribly, and my diet takes a dive, my fitness takes a dive. It really helps you control the decisions you make, which is a large part of the battle with the gym. People like to say 70% of the gym is diet, 60%, whatever people say. Some people say it's 90%. If that's true, diet takes a lot more discipline than me for the gym because I love working out, right? I'm motivated to work out 80% of the time. I always end up doing it, right? That's why I work out 3 times a day sometimes, just because I'm weird and I love to work out, right? But diet has been where I struggled the most because, even if you put healthy food in front of me, I have a big appetite. I'll eat 3,000 calories, 4,000 calories right now in one sitting. I'll do it, right? Even if it was all healthy food, you put chicken, you put steak, you put eggs, you put vegetables. I'll eat 4,000 calories of that right now. Meditation has been the reason I've been able to bring that down. And I honestly don't feel like I'm depriving myself when I'm cutting. Feeling hungry makes me happy when I'm cutting. It's kind of insane. Like my stomach will gurgle around what time is it now? It's noon. Just turned noon, right? Sometimes my stomach will start gurgling around 2 o'clock. I break my fast around 5 p.m. And I'll just smile because I'm like, I know that that's progress. Because I've waited for a longer period to eat, so I'm getting the benefits of fasting. And if you don't believe me, fasting has literally kept me at the same weight. If anything, I've gained a little bit of weight, but I'm leaner. Fasting on a calorie deficit, the way I'm eating, has gained me muscle and lost me fat. How crazy is that? And the reason I'm able to be disciplined enough for that is because I meditate. So if you want to learn how to meditate, there's an app called Medito, Medito. It should be on both Apple and Android. Get it. It has courses on how to meditate. They'll explain it way better than I do. And they've got all sorts of bonus stuff once you go through the courses. You could just set a timer. You can have meditation music. There's more courses you can download. There's a whole bunch. So go look at that app. It's completely free, by the way. It's not like Headspace where you have to pay for a subscription. It's honestly better than all the other meditation apps. I've tried them all, right? This is the best one. Get it, explore it, take the courses. I hope you will thank me. If you start meditating because of this video, or you already meditate and you want to chat about it, shoot me a message over on Instagram. I'd love to hear from you. I always love talking about these kind of more esoteric things. Like, I know everyone knows about meditation, but not many people do them. It's rare. So even within a niche like health and fitness, which is heavily tied to self-improvement, not a lot of people do it. So if you want to be my friend and you meditate, please come my way. I'd love to talk about this sort of stuff with someone. It's not every day that you get that opportunity. So thank you for watching.